The acquisition of your discipline holds the key to your hopes and your dreams. It's master key of discipline that unlocks the door to all of those things that you're after. Okay, so I'm going to do a video about discipline. If you enjoyed the goal setting video, this is going to be a really good follow-up for you because it will show you exactly how to sort of action your commitment that you've made, how to follow through with it, and the next steps to do. So first thing we'll have to look at is happiness, so which is your end goal, which is hopefully what you're going to be looking to achieve through your discipline. Now, it might not be happiness, I'm just going to use it as an example. Alright, and I use the word happiness a lot. I know it's not a word just to lightly throw about, it's not easily found. We're not always happy. The hardest thing is to define what happiness is because it's different to every person, which is a key theme that runs through today. Everyone's got different ideologies about what happens and ideas about what happens. Everyone's got an idea about happiness. Everyone's got their own idea and view on wealth or success. So this really is down to you and what you believe it to be. So don't take my opinions, you've got to form them yourself, but just use mine as a basis so you can work off. Okay, the best way I was ever explained happiness is activity with purpose. I read that in a book. Happiness is activity with purpose. Now, that didn't sink in for me for a long time. You've got to always know your outcome. Okay, so happiness is doing an activity. That could be working, that could be running, that could be anything, any activity, but it has to have purpose. Okay, and that's where you gain your happiness. So look at the things you're doing at the moment. Currently, are you doing activities that have got purpose? If not, that's why you're not reaching your happiness. So you've got to make sure that there's a reason for everything you're doing, which is relatable to your goal setting, which is why we did it. Now, most of us view happiness as something that we either had in the past or something that we can hope to have in the future. And what you think is, I'll be happy as soon as this happens, or as soon as that happens. Okay, and the way to go over that is to include and introduce discipline into your life, because that will make it fundamental and that will help you acquire your happiness. But discipline and the acquisition of discipline is exactly what gets you flying. The acquisition of your discipline holds the key to your hopes and your dreams. And that's how you unlock it. You unlock the door for your happiness, your success, your confidence, your relationships, everything, your wealth, all comes from this master key of discipline that unlocks the door to all of those things that you're after. So what you've got to do is you've got to take a moment to define discipline to yourself, because like I said earlier, recurring theme, it's different to everyone. The way I define discipline is going to be different to you. What you've got to look at is with discipline, it's the bridge between your accomplishment and your thought and your accomplishment, should I say. Okay, so it's that glue that binds it together. You've got your thoughts, your ideas, and then you've got accomplishing it. And in between that is your discipline. Without that, you don't get the accomplishment. So it's the biggest stage of getting something. And the foundation of all your success and your happiness all comes from your discipline or your lack of discipline. So if you have discipline, you're going to get success. If you have a lack of discipline, you're going to have a lack of success. And people rarely link discipline or lack of discipline with success or lack of success. Failures are just a consequence of an accumulation of little failures, and they happen just as a result of a lack of discipline. Now, failures occur every time you fail to act now or today. If you fail to think today, if you fail to forgive today, anything, if you fail to do it today, you've had your first little failure. So I can guarantee that 97% of the people that watch the goal setting videos still to this day, I don't know how many days after it is, probably about a week, 97% of you probably won't have still set your goals, and you'll think it's okay, but that's where the problem is. It's dangerous if you assume that no harm is done by letting that little failure happen. That's where the harm is done, because the little failures, it's been 5 days, so that's 5 little failures. You add them up, it makes a whole year. It's a whole year of failures. Add them up to a lifetime, a whole lifetime of failures, and you can see how your little failures accumulate up to give you poor results. So you've really got to get on top of them, and there's no point doing it tomorrow, you've got to do it now. So what does it take to acquire this discipline? Well, it requires that you develop an awareness of the importance of the discipline in your life. You've got to start by asking yourself, what is it that I want to accomplish in my life, which is why I've got you to do the goal setting. Then you've got to look at what changes do I need to make in my life to accomplish these goals, which is not an easy one, it's hard. You've got to look at what needs to change. Then you've got to ask yourself, honestly, am I willing to do what it takes? Because you might not be. Not everyone is. Not everyone is ready to take that step. So you've got to ask yourself, am I willing to do what it takes? If you are, yes, then you've got to make that long-term commitment into these goals to maintain the discipline. And that commitment has got to be true, and you can't go back on it. If you go back on it, finished. Okay, you've got to run through with everything. Discipline needs to carry through. And you'll be surprised how the discipline continues through your whole life, and it will just lead on to something else. It's like dominoes, they're a perfect example. You tap one in the right direction, they all go. Now, at some point, your commitment's going to be tested, and we've all been through it. Those of you that are gym freaks, gym lads, gym girls, dancers, boxers, anyone who's done anything like that, you're going to have a discipline, and you're going to have that discipline within you. And it's not easy to do. Those of you that go to the gym, you understand how hard it is after a couple of weeks when you get that day where you don't want to go anymore and you lack the discipline. And then you fall off, you don't go, and you see the harm it does because it just leads on. One day has an effect. That happens in real life. If you do that with your money, oh, I'm just going to spend £100 extra today, £1,000 extra today. Might not seem a lot in the little run, but in the long run, it's a big thing. Okay, because you do that every day, it adds up. You do £1,000 every day, it's £365,000 a year. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Think about what it does to your life. And when it comes to these points where life's going to test you, and it's going to test your discipline, you're going to have to perform whether rain or shine. You're going to have to do it either way. And it's completely up to you and your commitment. So the feeling that we get from, well, we call it self-worth, the feeling we get from starting up a new discipline is almost as good as the feeling you get from accomplishing the goal you wanted from that discipline. The brilliant thing is through discipline becomes opportunities. Okay, because as you're learning these other things, you're accumulating other skills and you're learning other stuff, so you're going to move on to other bits. So you're going to open the doors up for new opportunities as well. But these exciting opportunities only come to those who invariably search for them or who have developed the skills to actually have the ambition to act. But by adding a new discipline, it immediately turns your direction. If you're on a ship, it immediately changes your destination. So by adding that new discipline, you're going for a new target. It can be pushing you to a better way or a worse way, but the best thing is the exciting opportunities come from the disciplines where you've learnt the skills to obtain that. So those who through discipline have set the bars high and set the goals far away, through discipline and commitment, grab onto the opportunities that the more timid souls don't get to see. The people that don't look for it and search for it, they don't get those opportunities because they've not looked for it and they've not earned the skills and the knowledge to get that. So you've got to push yourself out of the way and learn these new disciplines so that you achieve them opportunities, so you get them opportunities that you can take. Everyone gets opportunities, but they might not be very exciting opportunities. So you've got to make them exciting by learning new things and new skills to add value to yourself. And it's easy to start, it's never too late. Hopefully most people watching this video understand that it's not too late, you can start now. Most people are probably my age roughly. Hopefully you understand you can do this at any point. The best time is to start today and do it now, not tomorrow, the day after or next week, because they are their added days of failure. Do it now. So all you've got to do is start the new process. Start small, get your goals done, go back and do that, rewatch the video. I know most of you won't have done it. Then learn to stick with your new commitments. Out of this small step of just being disciplined, you'll be surprised how the discipline continues over to other things in your life and the win that you feel yourself get, and you know how it feels to feel disciplined. And from that point, the sky's the limit. So I hope you understand a bit more about discipline. Any questions, please ask me, please message. I'll be bringing out a video for habits and peer groups very, very soon. So I hope you enjoy. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.